We will go ahead and move into the roll call. Ms. Palacios.
Governing Board President Denise.
Present.
Governing Board Clerk Dr. John Sparks.
Present.
Governing Board Member. Governing Board Member Amy.
Present.
Governing Board Member Raul Rodriguez.
Present.
District Administration Superintendent Valenzuela.
Present.
Financial Officer Lisa Huey. Assistant Superintendent Arlene Robinson. Absent. Assistant Superintendent Scott Down. Absent.
Are we good? Okay. Thank you very much. We will go ahead and move on to our regular approvals, moving first with the approval of the agenda. Dr. Valenzuela.
Yes, ma'am. President Reese, members of the board, at this point, I'd recommend approval of the agenda as it was revised.
We have a recommendation. Do we have a motion?
So moved. Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Approval of the minutes. Dr. Valenzuela.
Yes, ma'am. President Reese, members of the board, you have in your packet draft copies of the minutes from the regularly scheduled meeting back on April 9th. And after your review and consideration, I do recommend approval of the minutes at this.
Okay, we have a recommendation. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second. It's been properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor say aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We will go ahead and move on into the superintendent reports. Dr. Valenzuela.
Thank you, President Reese. As always, I have a few items to share this evening, beginning with wishing good luck to our academic decathlon team from Walden Grove High School. They will be traveling to Des Moines, Iowa next week to compete in the United States National Academic Decathlon Championships. Additionally, just yesterday, I heard that one of our students at Sahuarita High School, Jay Gordon, competed in the state math league competition and qualified for the United States Nationals in Math League, which is a very rigorous math competition, as we might imagine. And so Jay will be going to the Nationals next month in St. Louis, Missouri. So our students are continuing to excel, not only at the local and at the state level, but now the national level as well. We're very, very proud of our students. I'd like to convey a very, I think, positive story about an event that Principal Ralston has been leading at Copperview, and it's an adaptive sports week event where individuals from the Southern Arizona Adaptive Sports Association come and spend time with our students, and they talk about their own disabilities, and they talk about wheelchair-oriented athletics, and about really promoting a higher level of understanding and building of relationships, sportsmanship, all through the lens of sports. And it really advances our mission of meeting the individual needs of students, building understanding, and promoting collaboration and teamwork. So it's been a great event there. This week, we announced the district Teachers of the Year that will represent our district in the state Teacher of the Year program. They are Ben Garland, and there's their smiling faces, Ben Garland, who teaches instrumental music at Sahuarita High School. Becky Hill, who's a second grade teacher at Anza Trail. Tiffany Jassif is a special educator at Copperview. And Sarah Voorhees, who's an art teacher at SMS. And as always, our Teachers of the Year will represent us with great excellence and pride, and our examples. They're good ambassadors of the people that we have here doing this important work in educating our young people. I think we have a picture of Sopery Reading Nights. Principal Beachy over there sent us some pictures of their most recent reading night, promoting not only family community, but also the development of reading and literacy. You can see it was well attended, and it was a true community effort. The transportation department recently did something that I thought was really neat. Out of their own initiative, one of the drivers dressed up as the Easter Bunny. Relax. She wasn't driving the bus like that, but but she did get another driver, actually, I think one of the mechanics, to drive the bus so that she could go and create that special experience, that thematic opportunity to make something special for the students. And you can see there the students obviously are very, very excited. And last but not least, this evening, I'd like to remind everybody, including our community, that next week, I think it's Tuesday, we will be hosting our latest community conversations. Everybody is invited. And this is a really relevant, timely topic. It's about the exponential rise of screens and technology. We've heard all across the country about phone bans or non-bans, and we're just looking at the fact that clearly the world is changing. It's changing faster than ever, and that we want to have a conversation with our community about the impacts of these issues and kind of some constructive feedback, and hopefully to provide the board with guidance about possible directions, possible actions, and just a greater understanding of this issue so that the board can continue to make sound decisions in service to our students. So that's next Tuesday, 6 o'clock. So same time, same place. And look forward to seeing many of you there. And Madam President, with that, my report is concluded.
Thank you very much. We will move into the governing board reports. Dr. Sparks.
Very much, Madam President. I don't have it.
Mr. Rodriguez.
Thank you, Madam President. I don't have anything either.
Mr. Bruno.
For me, it's been a busy week here at the school. I believe I started the week out over at the EEC, and I had a unique experience going into one of the classrooms. I had about 6 littles grab me by the arm, have me sit in a little tiny seat, and proceeded to have me do puzzles and games with them for about a half hour. I got to hear about life and family and stories that I'm sure none of you want told anywhere. And it was a great experience. I think the kids are getting a lot out of the program, and I was very pleased to be able to tour the EEC. I also was on campus at the middle school for the last music and art program that they did. It was a 3-school art show in the library. The kids did some really neat artwork from as little as 1st grade on up. And you could tell it took some time and some effort. I wish I was only half as talented as some of the pieces that were there. And it was good to see families and kids and everyone enjoying the evening and hear the band play. And then recently I was also across the street with Desi and got to walk around campus there a little bit and see what was going on. So I was glad to have the tour and see all the construction and all the different areas we have construction. So that was great to see that the funds are being spent and we're moving. And that's it.
Thank you very much. Ms. Petersmark.
Thank you. I wanted to echo what Tony said. We had a wonderful time touring the Early Childhood Education Center. It was great. Director McLaughlin was great giving us the tour, and we thoroughly enjoyed it, and see all the teachers and the students is having a great time dancing and singing. And I had one beautiful little student come up to me and she said, "Hi." She was right here. So cute. It was a lot of fun. So I just want to thank everybody for that. I had a great time. And just want to note, a big shout out and thank you. It is Administrative Professionals Week as well as Secretary's Day. And we have so many wonderful administrative professionals and secretaries in our district. And thank you for all of the hard work and dedication very much.
Thank you. And in talking to some of my fellow board members in the last couple of weeks, it's sort of the marathon until the end of the season, end of the year. So senior nights, sports are finishing up. State testing is over, yay. And we're sort of sprinting now to the end. So congratulations to all of our students. Keep up the good work and finish the year strong. And parents, same for you, because I know that it's as much work on parents sometimes as it is the students. So thank you. And finish strong, and we'll see you. This is our last night that we get to have so many parents here for this school year. So I am going to go ahead and extend to all of you who are here, have a great summer as well. So, and then we will go ahead and move on to now all of our favorite part of these board meetings in the recognition of our staff, students, and communities, starting with our staff members. Dr. Valenzuela.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, President Reese, members of the board. Indeed, this is one of our favorite parts. And we begin with recognition of the April Support Staff Team Member of the Month, acknowledging that our support staff team are vital play vital roles in the accomplishment of our mission. And we celebrate, we recognize, and we appreciate them very much. Mr. Downs?
Thank you very much. It is my pleasure to read this nomination from Mrs. Lisa De La Osa and the Walden Grove administration team. They have nominated Ms. Aislinn Pabalate as the Sahuarita Unified School District Support Staff Member of the Month. Ms. Pabalate is an invaluable member of our team who consistently goes above and beyond in her role. From the moment she joined our staff, she has demonstrated unwaveringly loyalty to our school, always prioritizing the needs of students, teachers, and staff. She approaches every challenge with a positive attitude, making the front office a welcome and supporting space for everyone who walks through the door. Beyond her administrative duties, she builds strong rapport with students who serve as aides in their front office. She provides them with guidance, support, and encouragement, fostering a positive learning atmosphere that helps them develop valuable skills. Her ability to connect with students further demonstrates her commitment to making a difference in our school community. Her hard work and initiative have a direct and meaningful impact on our school. Her commitment to going the extra mile, combined with her reliability and team-first mindset, makes her truly deserving of this recognition. We are grateful for all that she does, and it is with great appreciation that we nominate Mrs. Pabalate as the Support Staff Member of the Month.
Thank you, Aislinn.
And we'll move on to our volunteer April honoree.
Yes, ma'am, thank you. As the board may recall, this is the first year in a long time, at least, that the board has initiated recognizing one outstanding volunteer from each of our respective schools. And I believe Mr. Downs has the latest distinguished volunteer from one of our schools. I think it's maybe the middle school? Sahuarita Middle School. All right, Mr. Downs.
Yes, it is my pleasure to read this nomination from Sahuarita Middle School. They have nominated Mrs. Heather Morgan as the Volunteer of the Month. Miss Morgan is the president of SMS Jaguar PTO. This is her first year as president, and she has worked very hard with the PTO members PTO members to sponsor staff appreciation events each month for the SMF's teachers and support staff. She has coordinated several fundraisers, including percentage nights at several local restaurants and holiday grams for holidays throughout the year to raise money for the school. The PTO has raised several $1,000s, and they will be donating $1,500 to the Sahuarita Middle School PBIS signage throughout. This generous donation will cover half the cost of these signs. Additionally, Mrs. Morgan is very communicative with the school administration and sends us regular updates from the PTO monthly board and general meetings, and works diligently to coordinate the PTO events and fundraisers around SMS. Ms. McKay and I enthusiastically nominate Mrs. Morgan for this recognition, again, as the SMS Volunteer.
Now we will get to honor our students for our March and April Leaders in Character. Dr. Valenzuela.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you once again, President Reese, members of the board. I mentioned the Volunteer of the Year is our latest, newest governing board recognition program. The Leader in Character is one of our most established, not our oldest, because I initiated it shortly after I came here, which just tells you how long I've been here. But it is one of which I know the board has tremendous pride and commitment and appreciation for the work of our students. It really was founded to recognize that citizenship and character are an important part of education. And I want to begin by thanking parents, family members, grandparents, nana, tata, extended family, for infusing in your students through your example, through your words, the importance of character. I was talking with one of our principals today, and I heard that one of our honorees today has had multiple family members, like multiple siblings, all receive this very special award. And we only do a very limited number of these each year. So it just speaks to that influence. And I encourage you to continue to be those role models and continue to coach and guide your children, because character does count. It's an important part of the education process. It's an important part of being a good citizen in our society and in fulfilling our mission together as a community of working as a team to help every student succeed. So congratulations. I again thank our partners at Freeport-McMoRan and the Green Valley News for their sponsorship, both of them since the beginning of this program, which I think was back in 2007, in case inquiring minds were wondering. So when your name is called, please come down. Mr. Bruno will present your letter, your certificate, and we do have a gift card for you to, I think, Barnes & Noble, so you can go buy lots of good books. You come on down, we will want to shake your hands, and then Mrs. Robinson over there will kind of position you on the steps. We'll take a picture to send to the newspaper, and then parents, if you would like to stay, you are more than welcome, but I know I'm grateful you're here. I know this is like prime time for super busy, multiple things to do every single night. So thank you for making time to make this a little part of your evening tonight. So here we go with the Leaders in Character. We have a couple from SOPRI. I don't know if they were able to make it this evening, but these were from the March recognition timeframe. So from SOPRI Elementary School, we have a 5th grader. Congratulations, Charlotte Vanderholtz. Charlotte! We have another student from March. Seems like such a long time ago, doesn't it? Sahuarita Intermediate School. Congratulations, 4th grader Doris. Super, Doris, come on down. We'll now shift gears into the month of April. Again, we're back to SOPRI Elementary School, where the leader in character this month is Jorge Jimenez Guerrero. Jorge. And I forgot to mention, at Onza Trail, which is a K-8 school, we recognize both a elementary leader in character and a middle school leader in character. So we'll begin with our elementary honoree, and that student is Enrique Sosa Navarro. Enrique. Congratulations to Enrique. And we now recognize our middle school student, leader in character from Onza Trail, Cohen Taylor. We now recognize the leader in character from Sahuarita Primary School. Congratulations, Ariana Ware. Ariana. Ariana is in first grade, I do believe. Congratulations. Keep up the good work. We now recognize our leader in character for April from Sahuarita Intermediate School. Congratulations, Liliana Del Toro. We now move across the street to Copperview Elementary School, where it is my honor to recognize their leader in character, second grader Wyatt Carter. We're now at Wrights and Ridge, again, K-8 school. Two honorees from Wrights and Ridge, beginning with fifth grader Blake Moreno. Congratulations, Blake. And we now recognize our second student, leader in character from Wrights and Ridge. Congratulations, Ethan Wessner. We now recognize the leader in character from Sahuarita Middle School. Congratulations, Evelette Nolan. The Evelette, we will make sure that Evelette receives this award. And we head toward the completion of this evening's recognitions with our high schools and Sahuarita Digital Pathways Academy. I'm pretty sure that our Sahuarita High School honoree is not here because she came last time, because tonight is, I think, senior night. Like I said, there's many, many things going on, but I did want to mention her name. She's a senior, Kyra Sample. These next couple are also seniors, beginning with the leader in character from Walden Grove High School. Congratulations, Kayla Castro. And finally, this evening, it's my honor to recognize the leader in character from Sahuarita Digital Pathways Academy. We have another senior. Congratulations, Morgan Williams. Of course, we're going to take a picture for the newspaper, but mom, dad, family, if you'd like to come down and take your own picture for your own scrapbook and you'd like to get a better angle, please don't hesitate. And again, you're more than welcome to stay, but don't feel bashful if you have to leave. It's okay. Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll go ahead and resume the meeting with our next agenda item is call to the public. Dr. Sparks, how many speakers do we have this evening? Okay, go ahead.
Thank you very much. I'll read the open meeting. In consideration and discussion of comments and concerns from the public. Those wishing to address the governing board may do so at this time or at the board's discretion at the time the item appears on the agenda. All speakers are requested to hold their comments to 2 minutes or less. 20 minutes will be allowed for both online and in-person comments in accordance with Arizona open meeting law. Board members may not respond, comment, or ask questions of speakers regarding issues not on the agenda. Any comments not read during the agenda time will still be entered into. And the first individual speaking this evening is Mr. John Boring about Power School is the topic.
Is Power School a shield to protect students, or is it a sword that is used against them? FERPA stands for Family, Educational Rights, and Privacy Act. It is a federal law that every school in America must obey to protect private information. This clearly prohibits the release of student records, including directory information, without parental consent or emergency exception. Yet in many districts, law enforcement has been granted full access without any legal justification. This is a violation of federal law. It also violates the 4th and 14th Amendments. Recently, a local business manager filed a complaint to the police about a few students. This was a civil matter, not a crime. The police investigated the kids and used the school's private resource database through a school resource officer to obtain additional personal information without cause, warrant, or permission. Based on my recorded interview with the investigating officer, this is a regular practice for the police. The police have zero accountability to the schools. Do the right things. First, immediately revoke all law enforcement access to any student information system. Second, train all school staff to direct all requests for student information, especially from law enforcement, to the school principal or district office. I explained all this and asked district leadership to err on the side of principles of freedom, to protect rights, and to obey the law. District leadership chose in writing instead to protect status quo and to continue with this bad practice. Are you a shield to protect students, or are you a tool to be used against them? Do we need to show case law, or do we need to create new case law? Or should we simply show how unwise it is to trust you with our kids?
Okay, we will move on to the next agenda item, which is new business instruction, the CEF teacher mini grants. Dr. Valenzuela.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, President Reese, members of the board. I know that the board is very well aware of the Sahuarita Educational Enrichment Foundation, the tremendous impact that it makes on the advancement of our mission of student success. I got to go back as a point of brief comment, and I look at Mr. Bruno as I say this. Mr. Bruno was, I believe, here behind the same dais when the Sahuarita Educational Enrichment Foundation was founded, was initiated with the simple goal of advancing community involvement and support to support the education mission of the district. When I came, 2005, it was a small foundation that was working hard to continue to advance and to grow. And I just got to say, through the support of this community, it's been really neat to see the progression, the growth, and the impact that this organization is having on our educational mission. As you will hear this evening, the foundation now has an executive director. The foundation is providing, as you will hear, opportunities for students to advance post-secondary outcomes in a variety of community colleges and four-year colleges and industry certifications. The foundation is providing opportunities for teachers, resources for teachers to enrich and enhance their professional practice in many ways. The Educational Enrichment Foundation is supporting student access to post-secondary education through collaboration with the district and with other post-secondary entities, such as the Pima First Sahuarita Wins Scholarship, which is providing tuition, 2 years of tuition for our students to go to Pima College. So I'm really proud to communicate appreciation to Ms. Kogan, who you'll hear from shortly, the executive director, and to CEF, as it's affectionately known, for helping us to work as a team to help every student succeed. Thank you for allowing me to talk a little bit, and they will inspire all of us when you hear how these grants are making a difference. I'll turn it back to you, President Reese. Thank you.
Then I it over to
Yes.
you then.
Miss-
Okay,
This is
perfect.
Lisa Kogan, the executive director.
I will turn it over to her.
Thank you, Dr. Valentine. My name is Lisa. I am the very proud parent of a bobcat and a jaguar here in our school district. And I'm super excited to be able to be here tonight to talk about what I always say is our most popular program, and that is the CEF Mini Grant Program. And this is a program that provides direct support to our teachers so that they can elevate the learning classrooms, they can take on those special projects or engage in initiatives that normally would be beyond financial reach. The grant-based program, and I was just looking at our data from last year, we had over 54% of staff in the school district participating, impacting 1,500. I can't wait to. So super excited to be here. Tonight is the night when our teachers get to come showcase what that learning is like in here. You know, we see it on paper, and I see numbers, but this is the part that matters, and the diversity of how these leverage. So, but we move to that. I do want to recognize two extraordinary volunteers that there is a lot of work that goes into this program every year, everything together. And so I'd love to recognize, right, if you thank you, or say hello. And Sarah Mora. They volunteer all year long. Our tech makes everything look so simple and easy to use for us trying to get data behind the scenes, you know, very easy for staff to see their grant applications, reports. I know it looks simple and easy, but it takes a lot of work to get there. She is working, updating, making sure that all of our staff and so and Judy White is but she wears many hats in our organization, although her favorite hat is the chair of the CEF mini grant program. Judy is educator for many years, and so I know she really understands, appreciates how much this grant money can make an impact learning in our class. All of the grant boards, all of the education timelines, without these individuals, we would not have such a successful program. Thank you both. You're an amazing team. All the work that you do all year long. And then also I wanted to thank teachers. You know, every year our teachers are asked to do more. And this is one of the so important. Amazing work every half of thank you for all the amazing work every day. Super excited
That was graceful. Thank you so much, Lisa, for those kind words. I was so appreciate it. So teachers, you're going to see your slide on the screen. Once you do, just kidding. I got it. Hey, Manny, can I put in a ticket? Oh, I was pushing the wrong power button. There it is. Okay. We were pretending that didn't happen, right? It wasn't streamed live anywhere. Okay, so a little bit more about CEEF. Just so you are aware, I'm a friend of the board, and so kind of the poster child of CEEF. I've been blessed to get the National Board grant. That is another grant that CEEF partakes in. They give out, I believe, $250 to teachers in order to pursue their National Board certification, to pay for the registration costs, and for any other materials they may need to pursue their national board. And I'm super excited that they're such a big support to me because now I am nationally board certified. So thank you, CEEF. They also are the brainchild behind Community Share in Sahuarita. They fund all of the grants through Community Share. And so whenever, I believe, I'm gonna get this right. In a couple of weeks, I sent most of you an invite, and board, I think I forgot to send you yours, but you're gonna get yours soon. It's on my to-do list. We have a celebration for the Community Share projects where you can see what is taking place with those monies. That is taking place on May 12th from 4:30 to 6. So you're invited to come to that. There'll be snacks and lots of inspiring stories. So be sure to come out. The last program that CEEF funds is the Sahuarita Dyslexia Program. So we appreciate all their support. This year they did something new where we have done individual grants in the past for $500, and then this year we added group grants for 4 teachers to apply for $2,000 for a larger project, and administrators were also able to apply for a $1,000 grant. This year, we opened up the applications a little bit early, so for any teachers watching on the live stream, the applications are open right now. They are due August 15th by midnight. All you need to do is fill out that little Google form on our website, and you'll be into our application pool in order to get the mini grant for next year. And then these are the presentations from this year. Come on down, Ms. Martz.
Sarah. So I am here on behalf of Ms. Lardy and the middle school English teachers at Wrights and Ridge to thank CEEF for their generous grant gifting us novels for our middle school English students. So we were able to buy several novels across several grade levels. And everyone here knows that getting middle schoolers to read is like pulling teeth. But once you can find a book that they love, that ignites a little spark in them, they realize that it's not so bad. They actually like it. And it's been really special to be able to enjoy these books with the kids this year and to see how it makes them think about the world a little bit differently. And that's the whole point. That's what we were going for. And reading does really change them. And that change is all thanks to this generous grant from CEEF. So we just truly want to say thank you so much. We appreciate all the people that volunteer their time for CEEF and all the people in our community that generously donate to CEEF to make it possible. So thank you. And I'm actually gonna, really quickly, Ms. Carrillo, a 4th grade teacher who also teaches reading at our school, couldn't make it tonight, but she also received a grant for a novel study and was able to read a cute book with her students. And then also they're in the middle of a fairy tale project that goes along with the book, that they're going to write their own fairy tales and have them published. And so Ms. Carrillo, again, couldn't make it, but she also sends her thanks to CEEF as well. So thank you for having us. Thank you for the grants.
Hi, I'm Michelle Roosman, and I teach 6th grade science at Wrights and Ridge. My grant was for space science adventures with Mr. John Meshberger, who many of you know is a literal rocket science at Raytheon. I've been working with him for 9 years. 9 years, almost 10. I was at Onza with him, and then he's come over to to Wrightson Ridge now. He comes 3 times a year for me for science to do hands-on activities, and he brings all the materials. He makes materials that we use. When I moved over to Wrightson and became a 6th grade science teacher, he said, "What are your standards and what are we going to do?" And he and his son literally created things to come to teach our standards. So it's $2 per student for each visit he comes. So this year it would have been $6 per child. And for some of our students, that's a hardship. So I put in for a $300 grant, which paid for half of it. So I could get $3 for a child, $1 3 times was a lot easier for some of the kids than the $6. And so it was successful, and we had a great time. And I was telling a board member earlier today that kids, when they do hands-on experiments and hands-on activities, they really just flourish. And some kids that have learning difficulties, they don't have that when we're doing hands-on activities. They just flourish, and sometimes they outdo a lot of their peers that are academically higher than them, and it makes them feel really great and gives them ideas of what they could do in real life for jobs. So this grant has been invaluable for us. So I want to thank CEF so much for this, and I hope that more teachers put in for it, because just take a chance, and what's the worst that could happen? You know, they might say yes, and you could get to do some fun things. So thank you.
Sophie Ellison is the art teacher at Wrightson. She couldn't be here as tonight either. I believe she applied for 4 iPads in order to do digital art with her middle school students. There it is, Miss Thea.
Get really nervous, and I should never say that, but you do, like a little kid. Very, very grateful for CEF. My name is Diana Villa. I teach STEM at Wrightson. As you know, it's a program that we're kind of barely putting together, so I'm very, very grateful and indebted for giving us grants. I applied for Legos for my students to be able to do hands-on projects for engineering, math, and science. So we built a Lego wall. My students are given a task every week, depending on what class period they're in, and they are to build projects. This one with the hearts was for Valentine's Day, and then somebody wanted to build a horse. So there's a horse on there. And then the students were like, how could we go a little bit further? So I told them, okay, fish. Let's see what we can do with the ocean. So give us some fish. Farm animals, they were giving each a different task card, and they were supposed to construct and engineer something different. One of the tasks was to build an enclosure for an animal. So there's a cow up there. They build an enclosure for a cow. Another project that we were working on is Newton's Law, and our students build foosball tables. So they did it right before state testing, so that they were able to kind of relax to learn about science. We put in a little bit of math in there, and now that testing's all done, they will be going with 1st grade so that they're able to collaborate with elementary as well, and give on some hands-on learning for our middle school students to be able to collaborate and speak with their younger students and engage with them as well. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Sarah Mora. I teach at Wrightson Ridge. I teach CTE and digital media. And so for my CEF grant, I got a camera for my students. I was blessed by the SHS film department. They passed down their video cameras to me, the camcorders, about 4 years ago. There were 6 of them when they passed them down, but because they're older and not as they're little camcorders, right? And with the wear and tear, they've been sadly dying one by one. And so I am down to 2 video cameras for my digital media program. So, and then I got another one last year with another CEF program. So now I have 3 DSLRs and 2 video cameras for my production class. So with that, we were able to take pictures and do our yearbook this year. You can see some of the pictures that our students took on the football field and of our tortoises and our students. And look at that fabulous picture of Callie Campbell for her superlatives. She looks so beautiful. But with our baby little cameras, with the little we have, we do mighty, mighty things. And so we also use those to record our morning news for our whole school. So every Friday we produce a morning news show for them. So thank you, Steve, for another camera. We've got this. And then Rosa Alvarez purchased hands-on materials for her reading, foundational, and writing stations. Caitlin Christensen wrote the CEEF grant to purchase instruments and teaching tools for the SOPRI music classroom. And I don't know if we're able to push play on that video, maybe.
At SOPRI Elementary School. With this year's CEEF mini grant, we were able to buy musical instruments, accessories for our musical instruments, and
some
also
manipulatives to help the children learn more about pitch and staves and
scales and all that good stuff. I would just really like to thank the CEEF organization for funding this project. It has meant so much to me and to the kids. They absolutely have loved playing the handbells and the claves, and they've been able to play their recorders all at the same time because we were able to get mutes for our recorders that helped them practice all in the same room. And our 4th and 5th graders especially have enjoyed using our giant wall charts with our alpha dot manipulatives, and it is helping them learn how to read music. So they've actually been able to play some of our pitched instruments and compose their own music. So once again, SOPRI would just like to say thank you so much to the CEEF organization. The work that you do is absolutely amazing, and we appreciate it. Thank you.
Hi, good evening. My name is Chrissy Kinniger. I am the Walden Grove Makerspace Mentor as well as a librarian at Walden Grove. Please excuse the SHS track gear. I actually coach over there. Just finished a track meet for our senior night, so that's probably why your SHS senior wasn't here. And I also have a kid at Copperview, so you can't say I don't love this district. So with our mini CEEF grant, we want to thank you guys so much. This is the 4th year that I've received. I'm absolutely grateful for it. The first 2 years were for books, and the last 2 years, so last year and this year, were for my makerspace. This is our 2nd year in, and we were able to purchase some STEAM materials, science, technology, engineering, art, and math. We bought Betsy, our lovely mannequin head, which has helped inspire our student Alex right there. She has gotten really into sewing. She's made some lovely outfits for herself. We also got our 3D printer, which we affectionately named Wally. And because of that, we have kicked off a 3D print business and have been actually able to sell a bunch of our little goods. And our student Zachariah has become an absolute expert on it, and he's run it. And the third picture right there is actually a chess set that he made with our 3D printer for his English class. It's based off of Norse mythology, and he built it with our 3D printer, and he spray painted it. We did also purchase soldering irons, which have yet to be used, mainly because kids. But we're hoping to eventually use that for our jewelry makers. We have a bunch of those. They really love it. But we have a lot of wire now that they're hoping to get into. Thank you guys so much for the mini CEEF grant. I am so thankful my students.
Hello, everyone. My name is John Borgia. I am a history and AP Euro/academic decathlon teacher at Walden Grove High School. I applied for $500 from the CEEF Foundation to support my academic decathlon team in extending their curricular experiences with some extracurricular experiences, most notably the Desert Museum, the Sonora Desert Museum, the Biosphere, and the Phoenix Art Gallery, among other museums that we visited throughout the year. If you know about our academic decathlon team, we train a lot, and there's a lot of sitting from books in a classroom day in and day out. There's not a lot of experience or time to experience daylight, among other things. So having the opportunity to go out and touch things like stingrays at the Desert Museum was a welcome experience for the students, but also an educational one. Throughout our time there, we were able to review key concepts from our curriculum, like the great extinctions, ecology dynamics, community ecology, biodynamics, etc. So the students got a lot out of our visit from the Desert Museum. Additionally, we went to various art galleries, and that has paid dividends, especially in our student performance in the regional, state, and national levels. We got to experience art from all the great artists in our curriculum, from Caro to Van Gogh to Seurat and all these people. We got to see these works firsthand, and although students study them intensely in a textbook, it's far different to experience art firsthand. And so to give these students that profound experience, I know is a lifetime memory that they'll cherish, much like we cherished all of our opportunities provided by the C Foundation. So thank you once again, C Foundation, for grants, and I know the academic decathlon students are very grateful for them and hope to do you proud next week at Nationals. Thank you.
Woo!
Good luck. I believe the SMS admin team applied for a grant for these light pole banners that are beautiful. So thank you to see for those. Pausing. Okay. I wasn't sure if anyone was going to come up for that one. Yes, come on in. I'm so sorry. I looked over and I didn't see you. Thank you. All right. And then is Miss Lee? Thank you.
Hi, so I'm Lisa Sargent Myers. I teach middle school music over at Sahuarita Middle School. And I was able to fund a classroom set of headphones for our students. Now that we're one-to-one Chromebooks, it's fantastic. So now I also have a classroom set of headphones. And with this, we are able to use this, especially in our enrichment class, where I run a music technology unit with the students where they utilize BandLab. So they'll learn how to like mix beats and use mixers and how to drag in sorts of like rhythm beats or working with the guitar beats or any sort of this stuff. So they're kind of learning how to mix music, which is, it's been really, really neat to watch the students kind of work with it. And you know what? I'm telling you, some of them could do a career in this, like so much better than I. So, and having them be able to do that, but they can sit alongside each other and then work on focus on their own, you know, hear their own stuff that's going on their computer. And then with our music students, they're also able to utilize this, and I can really work with differentiation of instruction because I can have a student that's working on either some basic skills sitting right next to a student that needs working on more advanced skills, and then they're not being distracted or interrupted. And it's just lovely. It's changed a lot in our classroom, so very appreciative to see sponsoring our program, and it also will extend to future students that walk through. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Terry Bettis from the high school librarian, and so I'd like to thank Chief for our grant, which was titled "Hear Ye, Hear Ye." Yeah, let me start over. Hear ye, audio books for me. So we purchased audiobooks through our Destiny Discover program in Follett, and our goal was to engage our tech natives in a different modality of reading. So we can meet their needs in whatever way they choose to read. As you know, high school students get busy and such, you have to really promote this. We promoted this with announcements and flyers and a website, as well as I do want to say that that our readership was not like stellar on these audiobooks this year, but I anticipate that growing each year as they get used to it and know that they're available. But also, what's just kind of important is these promotions, which I'll share in a second. They also lead our kids to Destiny Discover, which is our library catalog and research resource platform, which takes them, they can check out over 950 ebooks as well. So it's kind of that whole, you know, some people really like to read online, some people don't. So you have to kind of provide everything right now. So we still have print books. So I'd just like to share a just quick, totally student created commercial that we ran in our morning show. And then we're planning on using this again next year as well. Start out right.
All right, what's up, Mustangs? Today is Friday, October 25th. I think it's that. Anyways, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It's an average man with an average life. I work from 9 to 5. Hey, all I pay the price. All I want is to be loved. All I want is to be loved.
I just can't seem to focus. Why? I don't know. I just can't seem to focus. Why? I don't know. I guess I just wish I could have the book read itself to me.
Have you not seen the new audiobooks that the library has?
What? No way. You have to show me this.
You just search up Destiny.Discover and type in Sahuarita High School. Then scroll to where the audiobooks are. Put on some headphones and start your immersive listening experience.
Who's the star of the week? It's furry and sweet. Get ready to meet our pet of the week. With the wag and a purr, they're still
to try to promote these and get a little bit more reading into these kids' hands.
Hi, I'm Ralph Cirillo. I'm the math teacher, the digital media and filmography class coach, yearbook advisor. There's a couple more in there that are listed on there somewhere. You can look. You can Google search my name and find it. I'm here to thank CEF this year because back when the school year started, we have a new digital filmography and media class, and we were creating great videos, but we didn't know how to edit them. We didn't have anything to do that. So thanks to CEF, we were able to get a digital software called WeVideo, which really opened up the class for all the kids. A lot of the projects we work on are PSA announcements for the school, book fair announcements, a lot of multimedia stuff that we can put out to social media so that our social media advisor, she takes all our videos. They're all student made. All the students in my classes, I have it for 2 semesters, one first semester and second semester. All the students are mostly 6th graders. I would say it's about 85% 6th graders, a couple of 7th graders, and 1 or 2 8th graders that have slipped in. But instead of me explaining it to you, there's a much smarter, better looking person who can explain this to you.
Oh, hi. I'm Ralph Cirillo. I'm the math teacher here over at Onto Trail, but CEF, you might know me as the teacher who teaches the media class here at Onto Trail, who just started this year. Thanks to the generous donation of CEF for all the software programs we use, with their help, we've been able to do so much here at the school. You see, this year, thanks to the incredible generosity of CEF, the Sahuarita Educational Enrichment Foundation, our digital media and filmography program received a game-changing gift. Full licenses for one of the best student editing programs out there, WeVideo. And because of your support, our students now have the ability to create, edit, share professional level projects right here in the classroom. The donation from CEF has truly transformed what we were able to do here at Onto Trail. You see, WeVideo is not just a tool, it's a platform for creativity, expression, and growth. It gives every student, even those who might shy away from speaking in front of the class, a way to share their voice, their ideas, and their talents in a way that feels safe, exciting, and empowering. Students are now able to plan, film, edit their own projects, from short films to interviews to multimedia presentations, and they're doing it all using the very software made possible by SEEF's support. Here in our classroom, beyond just learning how to cut a video or add special effects, students are learning collaboration, storytelling, critical thinking, and problem solving, all skills that will serve them far beyond the walls of this classroom. And honestly, it's inspiring. Watching students who might have otherwise stayed quiet light up when they get to share something they've created, that's what education is all about. On behalf of myself, our digital media and filmography students, and of course the entire On the Trail community, thank you, SEEF. Your generosity has given our students a powerful voice and the tools they need to make their voice heard. We can't wait to share everything we create with everyone in the community. Thanks for believing in us, and thanks for your generosity and for helping us tell our stories.
Students did it. One girl was supposed to be the narrator for it and do everything, but had the cold feet right when we decided to see a deadline for this. So I got stuck doing it. But I was directed. One of the things we do work on is how do we direct and produce videos. Every time we have a project, one student has to take the role of the producer, which is in charge of pretty much everything, one director, and then we have our actors. But thank you, C, for all the donations. The money comes in and it just helps us out so much and makes everyone happy. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to Steve for the grant that we received. I'm a third grade teacher at Anza Trail. My name is Kelly Strayer, and we were so fortunate and blessed to be able to get the $2,000 group grant so that we could combine our classes and go to the Arizona Sonora Desert Museum earlier in the year. And we also got to go to the Arizona History Museum. So as you may know, third grade is a year of Arizona for social studies. Everything is Arizona. So this provided the students a real opportunity to immerse themselves in the environment of Arizona, see the animals of Arizona, the plants of Arizona. When we got to go to the Arizona History Museum, Dr. Rex that organized our visit broke our groups up, our classes up into many groups, had many volunteers that staffed different hands-on activities at the center, at the museum, which was really nice because they could learn about mining, transportation, Native Americans and their basket weaving. They could just really immerse themselves into it. So it really helped offset the cost for getting into the museums, but also for our awesome SUSD transportation department to get us there and back safely. So just a great big thank you.
Hello, I'm Tiffany Jacob from Copperview. I teach the extended resource program there. Every year I try to think of ways that I can promote inclusion in this school. This is my 5th year there teaching the extended resource program. So I service the students who have the highest support needs, and I get them in kinder and I have them till 5th grade. And so the students grow up with their peers. And so I have a 5th grader who's graduating this year who has autism, and she's been with the same peers since she entered the school in kindergarten. And so she's included with the peers and they know her, but I also I try to figure out ways where they can learn more about her. So I did some research, and there's this lady that I follow on Instagram. It's called May's Story Book Library, and she's always showing books that promote inclusion in different varieties. And so I looked at that, and then I also did some research on Amazon, and I found a book series about abilities, and it covers everything you can think of, from OCD to ADHD to autism to cerebral palsy, students with feeding tubes, which are some of the students that I have. And so my idea was to create as big of a library as possible and then have the general education teachers check them out for me and read them to their students. So I started it, and it kind of was like mid-year, so I didn't get a lot of books checked out, but some teachers checked them out. But I try to promote them like we did on Autism Day. So I reminded teachers, I have a book if you want to read to your students. But I think the beginning of the year, I'm going to push it really hard. And I also want to extend my library as well. And I think with time, I'll get more. Not that teachers aren't interested. I think it's just taking the time to come and get the book from me. So maybe I can offer to put it in their box or something. But my school does a really good job of promoting inclusion. So this was just another way for me to try to foster that. So big thank you to SEEP. This is my third year getting a grant. And I just am so appreciative that, my students can get their hands on what they need and our school can get, more of what they need. So thank you so much.
Okay, there it is. We had Miss Cheney get classroom books for her library. And then we also had in CVS, they got adaptive music instruments, and they're called cushions to sit on so they can change out between classes. And then Stephanie Drew and her whole fifth grade team was able to purchase additional social studies resources through Teachers Pay Teachers. And then we have Miss Shannon Holtz here with us today to share about her project.
So my name is Shannon Holtz, and I am one of the fifth grade teachers really at Wrights and Ridge. We were really lucky to receive one of the $2,000 grants. So it was divided equally among the 4 teachers. And what we used it for was to purchase licenses for all of our students for a program called MobyMax. And I printed out lots of charts there, but essentially what MobyMax is it allows extra practice. Be that in the back of the book, let's say in the front of the book, you have a couple of math problems. And then for extra homework at night, you could do the even numbers or the odd numbers, and there would be pages and pages of practice in the back. We don't really have that anymore. That just doesn't exist in our textbooks. But we just noticed that the kids needed extra practice across the board. In reading, language, they needed it in social studies and science. They just needed extra time. And so we found this program that does it, and that lets us use it across the board. And so as I was figuring out which charts to print, I was like, gosh, should I have the ones that also include that they're working on third grade standards? Well, yeah, I should, because some of these kids need extra time doing the third grade standards. They can get to the fourth grade standards. They can understand fifth grade. So overall, they have spent hundreds of hours on this program over the course of a whole year. And it's just little bits here, little bits there. And it's just been, we have really appreciated the opportunity, since we have these Chromebooks, to say, all right, we practice this in our Ready Reading book, we centers in class. Now go on MobyMax and there's an assignment there and you can practice just a little bit more. So we, all 4 of us, have really appreciated it. We have used it all year. Luckily, we got it a little bit later in the year so we can continue. We double checked that we'll be able to start the next year. We really, really appreciate it. I've gotten other SEEF grants as well, and it makes a difference in our classroom. Thank you so much. And I'll leave you to
This concludes all the teacher presentations that we have for tonight. There was a few other grants that couldn't make it today, but thank you for giving us all this time. I know we took quite a bit, but we love sharing about all the things that are happening in our classroom, and we're really appreciative of all the support from SEEF. And so just a reminder to come to the Community Share celebration on May 12th at 4:30. So hope to see you there, and thank you so much.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and move on. The next item of.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, President Reese, members of the board. You have a comprehensive consent agenda, which is again bundle of items that can be approved in one comprehensive motion, and I do recommend approval of the consent agenda in its entirety at this time.
We have a recommendation. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Only thing that I just want to say thank you is the there and to our district to appreciate. So there's no other discussion. We'll proceed to vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. We'll move on to possible future agenda considerations. Board member want to see on a future agenda.
I actually have a request.
Mhm.
We have the young men in the back of the room. It's not on the agenda, but could one of them come down and tell us why they're here?
That would be
Good idea.
allowable as a point of information.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we are Boy Scouts from Troop 365 in Sahuarita. We're working on our citizenship merit badge, and want to go to a community meeting of sorts, like local government. So we came here to check off their.
All.
An easy one too.
Fantastic. All right. We'll establish the next board meeting, May 7th, here in the district auditorium in this pod. Details can be found on the district's website. There's executives meeting. So I will entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion approved, and we are adjourned. Thank you.